What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below. This video is entitled The Beta Bad Boy. You know, I did a video a long time ago about like fake alpha males. And I'm going to use the bad boy trope as just as a starting point with a lot of guys. You know, there are guys who are alpha males and there are guys who are beta bad boys, right? Because when you think about a bad boy, for some odd reason, people think bad boys are alpha, and that's not really the case. So what I mean by that is there are guys who take on the persona of a bad boy, whether it to be to look or perceive themselves to look tougher than they are, or to get attention from women. You know. Now, it changed over the years. And I used to make fun of people like when there was when the image of the thug changed, you saw all the beta bad boys jump on the bandwagon. You know, and this ain't just a black thing, it's just a beta bad boy thing. I remember when I was watching Sons of Anarchy. All of a sudden everybody's a biker. Like, you know, everybody had biker jackets, and they grew a little biker beard out. They did the bike, you know, they slicked their hair back like everybody wanted to be jacks. So in my opinion, I was like, okay, whatever. You know, you just a beta bad boy. You know, tattoo culture. Whoever's the new bad boy of the moment, and however they tatted their body up, these guys, they do it. Beta bad boy culture. Because you start seeing sometimes being a bad boy is fashionable, and bad boys are considered fashionable and cool. And what you wind up seeing is people guys making decisions to be a bad boy. Similar to when women get that tramp stamp and then try to act like they ain't, you know, that ain't them. You know, that's a beta bad boy, you know. Rick Ross had the beard, and everybody trying to look like Isaac Hayes now, you know. Just why? Because it's the bad boy thing, you know. Rick Ross, then 300, and then so everybody's bearded up now to make themselves look manly. And that's why this is part of the reason why I say the beta bad boy, because a lot of this stems around looking more manly, and men do not go out trying to look more manly. They're freaking men. They're like, look, I'm a man. You know, men recognize men, real recognize real, game recognize game. And you know, you recognize an alpha recognize a beta if they got on even if they trying to wear what they think the uniform is or not. Because no matter how you slice it, you are what you are. You know, it's a difference between being something because that's who you are, and being something because it's in style. And a lot of times, beta bad boys try to be a certain way because it's in style. You know, it's the further you go back, same thing with the hairstyles. You know, if froze was the bad boy hairstyle, they got froze because it's in. If dreads the bad boy hairstyle, we going out dreads. You know, all of the posturing to look more intimidating or more attractive. You know, and partially, you know, even you know, when people wanted to have that trap star look, right? You know, it made me laugh People got the shades, you know, just the pitch black shades and just trying to look hard all the time. If that ain't who you is, that ain't who you is. You know, I hate to break the news to you. Alpha males smile. Alpha males have a sense of humor. Alpha males don't are quiet. They're not loud. You know, they're not. They don't have to beat their chest. They can be very inconspicuous. You know, they don't actually. To be perfectly honest, a lot of alpha males are accustomed to attention because they're alpha males, so they really are trying not to be seen that much. They're not going out to be seen. You know, people are kind of gravitate towards them, but they're not like, they don't have a big sign that says "Look at me." You know. Because a lot of alpha males want to be left alone. You know, they don't like, look, man, just, you know, they're cool. They just like, you know, let me do my thing. I came here to do my thing, and that's not interact with everybody. I didn't come, you know, to be the life of the party. I came to do my thing. So a lot of times, that's why I say a lot of people are beta bad boys. They take on these hobbies that make them a little bit more reckless or adrenaline junkies, but it doesn't really mean they're bad boys. Like, what's the dude that he was running around here? He was always running around with the guns and the beard, and he was in a concert in Vegas that had the shootout, and he was running, and then people got on him because it's like, you supposed to be Billy Badass, like, now you just running and jumping over people. What happened to being a man's man and saving people's lives and picking people up on your shoulders? And, you know, what happened to all that? All that went out the window, right? Because you took on that persona. You know, some guys, it's kind of like when, you know, people buy guns. And they buy guns and it gives them a sense of power. And now they're a bad boy because they got a gun. You know, some way, some people look at people in positions of power and they say, you know, if you didn't have that position, I'll whoop your ass. You know, that's because it's like a beta bad boy mentality. It's the same thing, you know. And sometimes, I mean, one of the things is beta bad boys can get gassed up real fast. Like a lot. You know, they can get manipulated very easily because they're so quick to jump that if somebody, you know, says something, they want to prove how much of a man they are, and they'll go off the deep end. You know, they'll go off the deep end. And unfortunately, people do that. People send them guys like that off knowing that they're going to put them in harm's way as a crash dummy. And sometimes they don't see that. The other thing is, you know, women send them off. You know, if you know, a real man with blah blah blah, real man, you know, and now you out here trying to prove how much of a real man you are to a person trying to manipulate the life out of you with the real man trope. You know, so you put yourself in a bad position. You know, because it's like you're a beta bad boy. You're not really standing up for yourself and standing on your own 2 feet and actually saying it with your chest. You know, that's not really you. You're doing it when somebody puts a battery in your back. You know, when somebody sends you off, like it winds you up like one of them little cars back in the day, one of them little dolls that it winded up and they do that to you. Because they know you're so eager to prove your bad assness that you gonna get yourself killed, you know. And another thing about like beta bad boys, you know, I hate to say this, but being a beta bad boy could work with women because women don't know what an alpha male is for the most part. So beta bad boys actually they do pretty good with chicks until it's time until shit get real. And I'm gonna tell you something. When shit get real, then these girls get mad and they get hurt. They get their heart broken. They have all these hang-ups. But truth be told, you attract what you are. You as a beta bad girl. So you just as fake about the bad shit as he is. So you need to chill out. But last but not least, beta bad boys don't really rise to the occasion. See, at some point, you gotta show me. And beta bad boys can look the part but not be the part. So when it's time to show me, they come up short a lot. Because, it's a lot of posturing, but it's not a lot of action. So, when you meet guys who are about that action, they have a different demeanor, different energy. They're accustomed. They know who they are under pressure and with adversity. And you don't. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, fam. Yeah, I gotta go. Peace.